Polynomial we're working today with is p of x to the equals x to the fourth minus 2x to the third plus 5x to the second minus 8x plus 4. X fourth has the highest degree in the polynomial, and it is even, and x equals 0 or equals 0. So this means that the polynomial end behavior is going to be up because it's even, and it's to the fourth. So that's 1 and 2. So the domain and range for this polynomial is negative infinity. Negative infinity to positive infinity, and then the range is going to be 2 and 0. And also the graph, or what's going to look like on the graph, is something around that. That's what x to the fourth is. Okay, and then number 3, the max number of turns it's going to take is going to be 3 because it is 1 less than the highest degree of the polynomial. So that's 3, and then 4. It's 4, which is the minimum number of rational roots, because you can find that out. From the x4, because if you take it from the highest degree of the polynomial, which is the x fourth. And now we're going to go into the rational root theorem. RT P over Q 1. So we're trying to find the greatest common factor. So you take this is your P, and then this is your Q. So P is the greatest common factor for it is 1, 2, and 4, and then the X only stands for 1, a value of 1. So you get so it's 1, 2, and 4 over 1. So it's 1 over 1, 2 over 1, and then 4 over 1. And then now we're going to use synthetic division to find out what the X value actually equals. So let's start out with, let's try 1 over, let's just do 1. So you take the coefficient from the polynomial. So for x equals 1, then you take negative 2, 5, negative 8, and 4. And then from here you drop down to 1 automatically. So it goes 1 times 1, which is 1, and then so you put the 1, you place the 1 over here, and then you add the negative 2 to the 1, so it becomes negative 1, and then negative 1 times 1, bring it over here, and then that equals negative 1. You add those together, that equals 4. 4 times 1 equals 4, so you move that over there. And then negative 8 plus 4 equals negative 4. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. So then that equals, and then 4 plus negative 4 equals 0. Let's just try one just in case this doesn't come out as correct. So let's try negative 1. So 1, negative 2, 5, negative 8, and 4. Same exact thing. So you do 1. So you carry down the 1. Sorry, you carry down the 1. So it's negative 1 times 1, which is negative 1. So then negative 2 plus negative 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. Add those together. 5 and 3 is 8. 8 times negative 1 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus negative 8 is negative 16. Negative 16. Negative 16 times negative 1 is positive 16. Positive 16 plus 4 is 20. And then, so we found that 0. Let me grab another piece of paper here. So we found that that is 0, okay? For 7, so that was just long division. For 7, so state the multiplicities of each root. So x to the fourth will always come out as something like a W, and they'll both go up, up. X to the third is going to be an S curve, like that. And then x to the second is just a parabola, like that. And then x is a vertical line that goes like that. And then 8, the x-intercept is 1 and -4. And for 9, the factored form for this polynomial is x minus 1 to squared and x to second plus 4. And that's it. Okay, today we're talking about this polynomial p of x equals x to the third minus 2x to the second minus 4x plus 1. Describe the end behavior. The end behavior for this polynomial x to the third, you look at the highest degree, so it's odd and there's no coefficient. So this end behavior for this polynomial is going to be down, up. As f of x approaches, or as f of x, as f of x approaches positive infinity, as x approaches positive infinity. So what that means is, for this graph, for this polynomial, it's going to look something like this. So that means that this is going on to positive infinity, and then for the opposite side, it's going to be f of x negative infinity as x goes to negative infinity. So that's for this side. Okay, 4. Okay, or I forgot. So part of 3, the maximum number of turns is 1 less than the highest degree of the highest value in the polynomial. So max number of turns is going to be 2. The minimum number of rational roots is going to be 2, same exact as the max number of turns. And then now we're going to go into the possible rational root theorem. T. Oh, and I also forgot the domain and range. The domain and range, it's going to be negative infinity to positive infinity, and then the range is going to be negative infinity and positive infinity. That's the domain range. Okay, for this one, the p over q is going to be this 1 and 1 value, so it's 1 and 1. The plus or minus, there's going to be it's going to be plus or minus 1 over 1, or 1, or negative 1 over 1 and 1 over 1. And then let's try and do synthetic division for this problem. So I'm going to put 1 in first. -2, -4, 1. Because you take those numbers from the polynomial from the top. So it's 1, and then 1 times 1 is 1. And so then that is -1. And then -1 times 1 is -1. Add those together, that's -5. -5 times 1 is -5. And then 1 plus -5 is -4. Let's try -1, 1, -2, -4, and 1. 1, -1. Yeah, that was okay. That was supposed to be negative. So that's supposed to be -3. I apologize. Hold on. -3 times -1 is -3, and then that should be -7. -7 times 1 is -7, so that should be -8. I apologize. And so then for this one is -2 plus -1 is -3. -3 times -1 is 4. And then -4 plus 4 is 0. And 0 times -1 you can't do. So this problem doesn't work either. Okay. So we found out that this synthetic division doesn't work. And so I went ahead and tried doing long division just to double check. And so it's x to the third minus 2x to the second minus 4x plus 1. And then that's minus x to the third plus x2. So that's x2. And then minus 3x2. Yeah, so now you add those together, so that's minus 3x2 minus 4x, you drop that down, plus 1 minus 3x, come here, and it's minus x plus 1 minus x minus 1, so 2. So this ends up not being factorable. Like, this polynomial is not factorable with rational numbers and no integer roots. But to answer 6, the x-intercepts on this graph are 3.1, negative 1.3, and 0.2. For 7, x to the third is an S-curve, x to the second is a parabola, x to the just x by itself is a diagonal line, and then for 9 you can't write this in factored form. And yeah, that's it.